Hi, I'm Kevin from Entrepreneurs Book Club, where I break down the best books for entrepreneurs in a short and sweet fashion. For book review number 2, I'm going to cover How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling by Frank Bettger. This is an old school one, but with timeless lessons. So in this video, I'm going to share who this book is for, why you should care, and what I think about it. So if you want to follow along and get all the best book recommendations for entrepreneurs, then please like, subscribe down below, and keep on watching. Okay, so on a high level, this book is about sales techniques and lessons by one of Dale Carnegie's understudies. For those of you who don't know who Dale Carnegie is, he wrote How to Win Friends and Influence People, one of the most popular and classic business books of our era. So why does this book interest me? Well, because I believe that all entrepreneurs and arguably all people need good sales skill, right? Many parts of your life involve selling if you think about it. As a business person, you need to talk to investors, partners, customers. It's all about sales, really. So I wanted to read this book in order to improve my sales skills, and boy did I learn a ton. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about this book. It was written by Frank Bettger, published in 1952, so it really covered his career from the 1910s to 1940s. He first started out as a baseball player, but then became a salesman afterwards. He was very unsuccessful in his sales role and was just about to give up and go back to his old job when he heard a speech from his manager, got inspired, and decided to give it one last try. Good thing he did that, because he was able to transform into one of the most successful life insurance salesman of his time. He did this by the help of mentors, trial and error, and his own ideas. Now, this is an old school book, so there are some stories and tips that are noticeably dated, but many are still classic lessons because if you think about it, human nature doesn't really change that much, just the surrounding context. I'd say the vast majority of lessons are still very applicable, and they include topics like the art of asking questions, finding the hidden objections of the person you're selling to, staying brief in our pitches, and much more. A lot of these lessons just make so much sense to me, like a light went on in my head. Some lessons were very intuitive, others were not quite as much, but after reading each chapter, my prior sales experiences raced through my mind, and I saw each of these lessons play kind of a different role in my prior experiences. This book is arranged in terms of pretty short chapters, and it's such an easy read. Each chapter takes about like 5 minutes to read. I was even summarizing it to my dad and my sister on a family road trip recently. Furthermore, a lot of the anecdotes included were very fascinating. He talked about not only his successful sales, but also his unsuccessful ones. Analyzed each one thoroughly and pointed out the actionable items that we need to remember. Now, I'm a big fan of books with actionable items, if you can't tell from my other reviews, and not a fan of those books with just a lot of hand-wavy, high-level strategy that's not easy to implement. So now, without spoiling too much of this book, I want to tell you my favorite part of it. One of the most memorable lessons I learned from this book was that once you discover your customer's key selling point, to grab onto it and not let that go. Frank Bettger told a story about a realtor working to find a house for a client, and the client had a lot of requests and wishes, but the realtor found out that his dream was to always own a house with many trees. So he drove his client further out and showed him a house with a big backyard and 18 trees. The client was kind of hesitant about the price and about the distance from his ideal neighborhood, but the realtor stuck with the key point and counted out loud the beautiful trees in that lot. He straight up was saying like, look at all these trees, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 18. Eventually the customer gave in and decided to buy that house. Now this lesson really resonated with me because I realized how true it is and how many sellers oftentimes lose focus of the key selling point. So many times we go on and on about different points trying to defend everything that we have on the table, but that just confuses the other person and gets them thinking about things other than what they care about most. Think about yourself as a customer, right? When we talk to salespeople, we may say that we're considering a ton of different things, but at the end of the day, not all considerations are created equal. We always have a largest priority, and that one may make up for everything else. So by not losing sight of the key selling point once we discover it, we can make us even stronger appeal to the customer. So all in all, I really love this book. So many priceless lessons packed into one concise book. But these are the type of lessons that would take you a lifetime's worth of sales experience in order to figure out on your own. So if you read this and practice them, then you'll have a huge leg up on your competitors who don't have any clues about these tips. I really felt more in tune with the art of selling after reading this book and can't wait to apply it to my sales pitches. I mean, look, if you're an entrepreneur, someday you'll have to look for partners, investors, users, media, or press. If so, you'll need to sell them in some way or another. This is where this book can help. If you practice these skills slowly but surely, your sales skills will improve, I guarantee it. So if you like this book and my review, please like this video, comment down below with any questions you may have, and also let me know what other recommendations you have for books that I should read next. This is Kevin from ABC. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.